Yeah, NXT Takeover New York predictions, and we've got the first match, as Jack has just said, UK Championship, Pete Dunne, Volks versus Peter versus that famous boy at my work at the moment, Walter, because his name is going around like wildfire. I am going to go with Walter.
Peter.
I said this.
Walter called him Peter in a promo. Is all.
Did he?
Peter.
I am going to go with Walter. I said this when, if you haven't watched the video, I clearly say it there. This is the time that Walter takes the title off Pete Dunne. I think Pete Dunne is going to transition to normal NXT in America, and this is how he gets out of it. Sorry, Peter, you're not going to break your own record, unfortunately, boy.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be Walter. Otherwise, the UK title, I'm not going to say it's pointless. It's just it's kind of didn't have a place for a while, and so there was not really any way of getting it off Pete Dunne apart from when they did the UK Classic, whatever they call it. They didn't do it there. They didn't do it at UK Takeover, so it has to be here. You've got to take him off him at some point so you can let Pete Dunne, who is bigger than the title at this point, move up the card and move on to main roster NXT.
Yeah, Walter. One thing that we did learn from this week's NXT is Trent Seven and Tyler Bate aren't tagging anymore.
Huh? What, NXT UK?
Yeah, Trent did a promo saying that he's going to let Tyler spread his wings and go on his solo campaign because he knows that he's one of the best, and he's going to do the same. And he's going to face Joe Coffey next week. So British Strong Style isn't really going to be around. So is there much point having Peter around? I don't think so. So I'm going to go with Walter. He's a big strong boy himself.
I'm going with Walter on the basis that he can really carry the NXT UK division while Pete goes into bigger and better things like NXT, the brand of NXT itself, not necessarily NXT UK. He's not doing any indie shows in the UK anymore, so quite frankly, he's not going to be coming back to UK anytime soon. Pete Dunne to the US, to NXT, and then up to Raw, SmackDown, etc. within a year or so. But Walter, NXT UK.
Yeah. Next, we've got the NXT Championship match between War Raiders versus Ricochet and Aleister Black. I am going to go with the War Raiders on this one, mainly because if we go by what's happened on Raw and SmackDown recently, and they've been tagging on there, I think their main roster now. I don't think giving them the NXT Tag Team Championship now is worth doing. So it's going to be War Raiders for me.
Yeah, I'm going War Raiders. I'm 70% sure Ricochet and Aleister Black are winning the Raw Tag Team titles at Mania if the Raw Tag Team titles are defended.
We mentioned this earlier because obviously they're technically number one contenders. So will they do double duty over the weekend?
I think they will. If Vince bothers to put any tag matches that for a men's tag belt on the card, then yes, I think they will be fighting for it and they will win.
Yeah, it's their first defense. You can't have War Raiders lose.
Yeah, I see. The thing with it, and I'm a bit unsure, is that do you want Ricochet and Aleister Black to lose at any stage of this?
They need to. They need to make War Raiders look even stronger, and they've got no business anymore on NXT. So put someone else over.
Do the job for the next one coming in, because I was considering having it as like a no contest where Raw Raiders could retain. So your Raw Raiders are going to retain MSC. Yeah, we'll go with Raw Raiders. I've got nothing.
No contest isn't really. You can't. I don't think you can really do this unless someone interferes. Because
like
they're both face teams.
Who haven't got.
They're both face teams, so they'll be helping Adam Cole, mate. Yeah. Breaking news after predictions.
Yeah.
Let's get on predictions quick then, boys.
Breaking news incoming. NXT North American Championship.
Now we get into the parts where it's just like flip a coin.
Fuck.
Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle. I am gonna go. I'm going all in here. I'm going Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle.
That's already. You can't go all in. That's already happened, mate.
Brilliant. All in too, mate.
I've got the jokes.
Matt Riddle is gonna. He can't look this strong in NXT for all these weeks and then lose to Velveteen Dream. If you're going to book him to look strong and to be undefeated, he needs to take the belt off Velveteen Dream, and then they can have a second match where maybe Velveteen Dream wins it again, or Velveteen Dream goes off and does main title stuff. I don't really care, but I just think Matt Riddle cannot be in a position now where he's going to lose to Velveteen Dream. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think if they'll do a rematch. I think he will beat and he will keep this title until he decides that he actually wants the main title. I think if they are clever, they will do not an Asuka style winning streak. I think it'll be quick. I think it'll be quicker, and I think it'll be he wins every match. He decides that he's done everything he can in NXT and he wants to go at the main roster, or he'll decide that I'm done with the North American title. I want to fight for the main belt. They might unify the belt. It might be the first time that somebody holds both. And then eventually he goes up. And I don't think he's going to be defeated on NXT. So Matthew Riddle has to win.
I've gone for Velveteen Dream.
Wow.
Because this feud will last for another takeover. That's when Matt Riddle can win the belt. That builds up Velveteen Dream as a North American champion, because this is his first defense, don't forget.
Yeah.
And if he's going to lose it on his first defense like Johnny Failure did, what's the point? It's just going to get hot shotted around. Keep it on the belt. Keep on the belt. Keep the belt on him for another takeover. Have Matt Riddle win it there. Don't have him win him clean, because this is Velveteen Dream. You can do it both ways. Have very much shenanigans involved, which he's good at because he's Velveteen Dream, and have him win here. Gloat for the next couple of months, saying how good he is. He's the only person to beat Matt Riddle, and then have Matt Riddle beat him at the next takeover, and then you can move into the storyline. What Matt's saying
is that match going to be couch and a pole?
Hopefully, fingers crossed. It wasn't a couch.
It's a chaise
I forgot the name. Chaise longue. It was a Lou Fez couch.
There's so many cases for either or, because keeping Matt Riddle's undefeated streak could be very important, because they've made a bit of a deal of it so far.
That's why I think it's going to be shenanigans.
And then you get a piss off Matt Riddle. I have no answer.
Put no answer then, no contest.
No, I'm not contesting it.
Put your money where your mouth
I'm
is.
going Dream. Makes sense to me.
It's done it.
I'm going Dream. Contentious, but I've gone Dream.
NXT Women's Championship: Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, and Bianca Belair. I have no frigging clue. When I first looked at this, literally a minute ago, I was going to write Bianca Belair because of what had happened at last takeover, but I don't really know what's happened in this feud because I don't watch the product. So I don't.
Would you like me to summarise it for you? Shayna Baszler just beats them all up and leaves them lying on the floor. All of them.
Okay. Well,
That's the feud so far.
I don't think Shayna Baszler. I don't think she's going to keep the belt. I feel like she's going to lose
someone, mate.
So I'm going to go.
And you can't have a DQ finish because they're all fatal way in.
Yeah, I've just gone for Io Shirai as a complete flip a four-sided coin.
That's a weird looking coin, mate.
It is, mate.
A roll of the dice.
Right.
A four-sided dice.
Yeah.
I, like Smoothman, I'm not sure. But on the basis that I think Shayna Baszler has outgrown... Like, I don't want her to go up. I think the women's division in NXT will suffer if Baszler isn't there. But I think Baszler is going up, so she can't retain. Then you've got to look. Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair. I'd pick Io Shirai, but I don't think that's who WWE want. I think they want Bianca Belair. I am going for Bianca Belair.
Is that you over with, Matt?
Yeah.
It's got to be Bianca Belair. It's got to be Bianca Belair.
Damn it! I see. I thought my one was.
It's the only logical option. I said this to Matt at Royal Rumble weekend. She will win it. I said to Matt after their match, she will win it by once again coming out of the Caribou, the clutch, while the two Japanese ladies have taken each other out, because that just because they're Japanese doesn't mean they have to be a tag team all the bloody time. Have them have a good fight because they can go. So have them take each other out, and then it just leaves Bianca and Shayna to relive what they did at the Royal Rumble weekend, and have Belair overcome the odds kind of deal. And then there's already a ready-made feud for Shirai there, because those two have been feuding on and off, haven't they?
Yeah, I think to me it seems like a logical way to get the belt off Baszler without her having to take the pin. So give it to have Bianca Belair pin
my guess
Shirai.
My guess was if you want to hark back to what they did at Royal Rumble, then Shayna takes the pin.
Sure, and yeah, that's fine. And if the intention is for Shayna to go up, which I think will happen here.
Oh, it'd be a criminal not to, sure.
Oh yeah, she's on fire right now, and it's perfect time to bring her up.
SmackDown needs a woman to wrestle.
Yeah,
So after this,
we'll get onto that in a minute. We've been over that enough as it is. Then
way too much. And then finally, NXT Championship, the vacant championship, 2 out of 3 falls match. Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole. It's Adam Cole. I'm sorry.
can I pick both?
This is the
Can they
start.
both win? Both take half the belt.
Shh. Let me finish. Then you can. Your go is in 2 goes time. Shush. I have gone with Adam Cole because
Baby.
this is the start of the Undisputed Era holding multiple titles. It's happening. The Undisputed Era holding all titles eventually.
I've probably changed my mind 20 times since we started doing these predictions for this match. And I really, really can't pick. But on the basis that I can't see anything for Johnny Gargano to do if he doesn't win, whereas I could write 100 storylines for NXT, for Undisputed Era on NXT or on the main roster. I don't know what Johnny Gargano does if he doesn't win this match. So I'm having Gargano win.
For fuck's sake.
everyone's made really logical. Logical.
This is the thing. There's so many logical ways that our predictions could be correct.
Because then you can throw something else in the mix here. You could say that Undisputed Era getting called up. They're not on the card here. Undisputed Era could be getting called up.
That's true.
Which means you could have Gargano win it.
Oh, I hate you right now.
I'm gonna go for Adam Cole.
Right.
Purely, I agree with Matt
tell you what.
that I don't think there's anything to do with Gargano, and I think they could, because it's 2 out of 3 falls. It's a perfect stipulation to have the Undisputed Era come in, destroy Gargano, and cost them a fall, but then Adam Cole gets a fall back.
Are you looking for a coin?
I have a coin in my hand. I have a 5 pence piece in my hand.
I could see him rustling around in his pocket, and I was like, he's finding
Head.
a coin.
Head is Adam Cole. Tails is Gargano. I'll drop the coin.
He's dropped the coin. Brilliant.
Adam Cole wins. I have nothing else other than that. It could go either way. There's so, as I said, there's so many reasons for either Raw to win. You know, Gargano could be getting for the final the main roster call, which is the reason why Cole wins the title. But then Undisputed Era could be getting called up at the same time. It's really both sides. It could go either way.
It's just
It'll
so
be
hard.
amazing.
If you call Gargano up, where does he go?
Doesn't matter.
He's just going to get lost in the Intercontinental.
It was so predictable beforehand, because like it was just a story.
It was the redemption. wasn't it?
Gargano's finally
Going
taken
over to Tommaso
Ciampa.
Ciampa.
And then it's just like, oh, I don't fucking know. I just don't.